Little St. James, U.S. Virgin Islands. If you can name it, it has likely taken place on this lavish private island just east of Puerto Rico. The island boasts a beautifully landscaped, plush luxury estate complete with its own helipad, which is privy only to certain members of the global elite. Owned by Jeffrey Epstein, a wealthy American financier and convicted sex offender. Little St. James Island appears to be somewhat of a gathering place and is well-desired hangout amongst key figureheads, actors, and royalty, such as former U.S. President Bill Clinton, Kevin Spacey, and even Prince Andrew, and many, many more. How do we know? Well, stick around for, at the end of this video, I'll have a list of some of the most well-known, but other than that, new revelation this week, Jeffrey Epstein is talking, singing, matter of fact, like a canary. It's now being reported that Epstein's lawyers offer plea deal to divulge the names in exchange for a 5-year sentence. It's been alleged that the child sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein will give up names of individuals who took part in the trafficking ring that he's being charged with running, in exchange for a substantially lower sentence, according to a report by broadcast channel One America News Network, or OANN. Epstein's lawyer has already made a pro-offer to the SDNY, OANN host Jack Prosabic said in July 8th Twitter post. The SDNY refers to the Southern District of New York. Epstein will agree to cooperate with the investigation, including giving up the names of individuals that paid for activities with underage girls in exchange for a maximum sentence not to exceed 5 years, he continued, without indicating where he got the information. Now, the 2-count indictment unsealed by the federal prosecutors on July 8th charged the 66-year-old billionaire financier with sex trafficking and conspiracy charges. Epstein allegedly sexually exploited and abused dozens of minor girls at his home in Manhattan, New York, Palm Beach, Florida, among other locations. The charges carry with them a maximum sentence of 45 years in jail. At Epstein's age, the charges are tantamount to a life sentence. Jeffrey Bremham, U.S. Attorney for Southern District of New York, said at a press conference recently. Between the years of 2002 and 2005, Epstein enticed and recruited minor girls in New York and Florida to engage in sex acts, after which he would pay the victims hundreds of dollars in cash, court records have stated. Epstein has connections to numerous high-profile people, including, and not limited to, former President Bill Clinton, the UK's Prince Andrew, and actor like Kevin Spacey, and director Woody Allen, who we know married his ex-wife's younger daughter, that Woody Allen even raised. I mean, when they got together, I think she was like 7, and then years later, marries her or whatnot. So Clinton flew on Epstein's jet, infamously dubbed the Loetta Express, and at least 26 times, according to reports obtained by Fox News back in 2016. A July 8th statement from Clinton's press secretary comes out and says that he only took a total of 4 trips on the jet, and each of those 4 times he had Secret Service right there. This is a lie. That statement also said Clinton knows nothing about the terrible crimes Epstein allegedly has committed, and that he had not spoken to Epstein in well over a decade. At an appearance in a Manhattan federal court on July 8th, Epstein pleaded not guilty to all of these charges. A federal judge ordered him to remain in jail until a subpoena bail hearing scheduled for July 11th. At the SDNY press conference, Brenham confirmed previous reports that said Epstein was arrested at a Talbot airport in New Jersey on July 6 after his private plane had landed from France. Bremen also said his office isn't bound by a previous plea deal in which Epstein was sentenced to only 13 months in prison back in 2008. He said that the deal only binds the Southern District of Florida. So that was that deal. The previous deal is currently being challenged in a Florida federal court. Bill Sweeney, assistant director in charge of the FBI's New York field office, said at a press conference that the children who are victims are still traumatized by abuse long after it occurs. I stand among many who make it our mission to put predators behind bars where they belong, regardless of the predator's power, wealth, or perceived connections.